Yes,
Assalamualaikum everyone. This is me, Rubania, E-commerceWali. I am student at Hunt School Online Academy, also in level 1 batch 3, and I am attending at Hunt School Online Academy. Foundation level batch 6 and teacher training institute batch 19. I am 11 years old. I live in Lahore, Pakistan. And today I have the pleasure of interviewing the amazing guest. The name is Jelena, a distinguished educator, researcher, and communicator. Thank you so much for joining us, Jelena. So, first of all, hi, Jelena.
hi, hi.
How are
Assalamu
you?
alaikum. Hello to everyone. Respected, respected, and they are Rubania, ladies and gentlemen, scientists, university professor, student. I warmly welcome you, and I very much appreciate uh, the invitation that you invited me for exclusive interview, Soul Talk. Education, please, my laptop. Education uh, that promotes creativity, not only create a generation that is creative and innovation, but also help students in their personal development. Creative teaches that to have self-confidence in realizing their full cognitive potential. Creativity is an endless resources that created a path to new discovery, innovation, and progress. In an era of rapid change and increasingly complex global challenges, especially in the 21st century, creativity and education become the key in the future with courage and boundless imagination, as concluded by David Kolb. Using the creative potential of each individual, education lays a strong foundation for social progress and transformation toward a more promising future. Please question.
Thank you so much, Jelena. Okay, so my
Please
first
question.
Okay, so my first question: what has been the most important moment in your academic career?
The most important moment in my career, our inspiration is my inspire and education began in my family where it is constantly emphasized how important it was to be a learned person. When I dedicate to studies natural science in high school, it was expected that I would study natural science because they are the basis of all other science. I best choose chemistry to study through, which is I gained while a wide field interest, especially in biochemistry, which is the basis of life psychological process. My professors were barred of science and mostly and doctorate from famous European university, and they paid attention to each student. During my study, I was a demonstrator and learning a lot about what professionalism means in higher education. After completing the chemistry department, I immediately enrolled in biology. Biology is closely related to other science, chemistry, physics, geography, and mathematics. Mathematics is very interesting for all science, especially today, artificial intelligence. As a basic science is extremely important in biology, medicine, pharmacy, dentistry, veterinary medicine, and agriculture and biotechnology. Through my study in biology, I learned how to define life and whether it's possible to explain it with my current knowledge. We still do not know the origin of our life, but we play with life in different ways. The characteristic of life are organization flow of energy and matter, reproductions, growth and development response of the individual adaptation. I was very interested of this science because I study all form of life on our planet Earth. My interest, genetics, come from my scientific mother, Professor Dr. Katarina Borojevic, full professor of genetics at the Department of Biology at the University of Nature Science in Novi Sad, Republic of Serbia. She was and is a unusual woman, very learned. She carried a spark here, blood, precious and rare matter which strive and increasingly drive her through the bold fat, spirit and body. She throughout the refrain of life, think, wit and work, optimism and incessant speech. It is about thinking, if anything, inverted the goals. The Olympians is worthy of thinking and sincere. There is a similarity between them, which can be noticed at first glance, by which we only discover in all its greatness and full significance on a longer and more careful observation and reflection. Our throughout and our feeling impressibility in 4 years model our face like white persistence water of the surface on the earth. Only you read everything the one hidden for years. My research in the field of genetics has provided an impressive motivation. It's a profound impact on understanding of life, diseases and evolution. It bridges the gap between fundamental biological process and practical application in medicine, agriculture, and other field science. The constant evaluation of the field and the potential, the revolutionary discoveries, especially in areas such as personalized medicine today and gene therapy, are particularly compelling. A closer look in my motivating understanding the building block of life, genetics delve into very core of how organisms are built, studying the structure, function, and the behavior of genes. It explored the mechanism inheritance, explaining how threats are passed down from one generation to next. The fundamental understanding is crucial for comprehending the diversity of life in crisis of biological process. Around the mystery diseases, genetic plays or pivotal role in understanding the genetic basis of diseases, including inherited disorder, and thus with a genetic component. The field is also instrumental in development new therapy, such as gene therapy, to correct genetic defect and combat diseases, driving significant and technology advancement. Genetics is the forefront technological innovation, with advancement in genomic, transcriptic, metabolic and gene editing technique constantly expanding the possibility. These advancements are not limited to medical application. They also significant implication for agriculture, forensic, and environmental conservation. Personal connection and ethical consideration is very important today in science. For many, the personal connection to genetics comes from understanding their one family history, the reason for inheritance trait. The field also raises important ethical questions such as the responsible or gene editing technology and the potential for genetic discrimination, especially today, genetic engineering, CRISPR technology, etc. Is when problems start to pile up after another one can no longer avoid, then we need to think about a different approach and look or think from a different perspective. Different perspective in the years, and then when in influence some events, there are always solution. is interesting. Interesting genetics optimist. A positive attitude open all doors. It bring optimism, emotional and physical benefits, and make it easier for us to body. Good attitude is in the indicator for success and good health. In order to be satisfied and successful in work and private life, we need to develop the right attitude toward life problem. Those who are able to see the positive and negative benefits in the long run. Yes, please question.
Meeting Jelena. Or my next question: what is your best experience working at the international level?
Oh, very interesting question for me. My warmest international experience is working with my co-mentor from USA. My memorable moment in my car stay Kansas State University in Manhattan, USA, with Professor Dr. Louis Eugen Browder was the co-mentor of the doctoral dissertation. In this study, I focused on investigating the interaction of weed and live-rust pathogen, which historically focused on simple infection model involving one host and one disease system. However, plant infection often involve multiple species and or genotype and exhibit complexity that is not captured by individual single host disease system. Each system, agricorpus, gene host, and gene pathogen. Studying co-evolution system focusing on the dynamic host multi-pathogen interaction and implication for weed host susceptibility resistance. In co-infection system, pathogen interaction involved competition in which competing pathogen development physical barrier or use toxin to exclude competitor from resources dense, rich. Synergism, where pathogen and beneficially providing mutual biochemical signals essential from pathogenesis or through functionally complementary through the exchange of resources necessary for survival. Coexistence verbally pathogen can stably coexist through an ecological niche of specialization. Moreover, hosts are also able to actively positively modulatory niche competition through different response to target at least one pathogen. Typically, however, virulent pathogens negatively affect host defense to facilitate infection, and responses elected by one pathogen may be modify the presence of another pathogen. There is also evidence, albeit rare, of pathogen incorporating foreign genes the expand the adaptivity niche and enhance virulence. Their key interaction can cause damage in co-infection with plants, host pathogen complex, pathogen, and host multi-pathogen complex. Host pathogen interaction use well-studied, generally determined and plan leading to reduce resistance. In contrast, pathogen, and host multi-pathogen interaction are less studied. This interaction can lead to different results: process antagonism, synergism, coexistence, positive effects in biochemical and physiological reaction of pathogen and host. In the genome of the pathogen, where pathogen incorporate a complementary set gene from another pathogen, leading large-scale epidemic. This study lead to the clarification of the application and mathematical model in epistatic relationship apply for the first time in the inheritance of resistance to the widely fast pathogen? Yes, please. Thanks. Question.
Nice, Jelena. And my next question: what one piece of advice would you give to student today?
The single best piece of advice for students today, 21st century, is to cultivate deep curiosity and build practical skill alongside academic focusing on intentional growth, learning from failure, developing strong relationship, and maintain constant efforts because your character, adaptability, and real-world ability matter more than grade alone for navigation and complex future. Key advice point: be curious and international. Don't just learn. Understand the question and find a person in what you are studying. Live deliberately, not just reactivity. Develop a skill, a character. Focus on building real skill, technical, interpersonal, and character integrity integrity, responsibility. Hard work often beat raw talent. Emperman's Fuller invest in people, uh, in fundamental or and other success. Get involved. Deep trust study, attend events, explore and create memory and network. Special for PhD student. Dissertation writing challenge, a path to doctoral success. Are you embarking on your doctoral journey and feeling overwhelmed by the prospect of writing dissertation or thesis? In this post, will be deep to writing challenges faced by doctoral students during this pivotal phase, shedding light of the obstacle that lie ahead. Dissertation writing challenges, time management, important research design and methodology, literature review, writer block and self-bit, formatting and citation. Good luck on your journey, PhD student and other student, school and university. Please question.
Amazing advice, Jelena. Amazing. And my next question: how do you manage so many roles and responsibilities so successfully?
I have learned from the beginning of my education to perform multiple responsible functions through the development of my professional career, learning from outstanding scientists and university professors from all over the world is an honor that I have had and thus built my valuable wealth of science education, leadership, etc. My dreamiest part of my career so far is mentoring university students at all levels study, and I am going to explain that. I was the mentor of 14, one doctoral dissertation, and 110 master and master thesis, mentor of 718 graduate theses. There are no fuller, only life lesson. Mentoring is the way to learn everything in almost all spheres of lives. Mentoring is becoming a mean to improve not only the quality of an individual work, but also the quality of the organization's work evolve. The culture of mentoring has long had developing in the world as one of the ways of training and improving the quality of work in various fields and higher education specifically and especially. Mentoring is of especially importance for successful study, professional development, and career planning. This segment represents one of the most useful, prestigious, and most desirable models, especially higher education system or education where students have useful advice from experienced professors, mentors on how to develop the skills they learn during their study and their transfer of knowledge acquire skilled student in order to development and nurturing individual quality. Is interesting as a university professor. I'm act a facilitator or educator where I encourage students to think outside the box and explore different ways to solve tasks and challenges in the learning process. As a professor, I serve as guide to who inspire my student to use their imagination freely. I create a safe and inclusive environment in which students feel free to express their idea with it production is a very, very interesting special challenge for selecting students to mentor requires personalized learning and research independence as they are involved in scientific projects where their diploma, master, and especially doctoral thesis. Several characteristics of personalized learning in education is included: student recognition diversity, customized curriculum, a flexibility in teaching approach, monitoring development, interest-based learning. Personalized learning create an inclusive, motivate, and environment-focused learning environment is very interesting. I'm proud in my students because many of them are famous scientists, university professors, have their one research center, especially in European Union countries and USA. Some of the students are excellent leaders and have their one companies. I am in contact with my students and always help them deal with professional changes that are happening in the global world. Yes, please question.
That's great. Yelena, so Yelena, my next question: which research area inspired you the most?
My research in the field of genetics has provided an impressive motivation in its profound impact on the understanding of our life in the earth, diseases, and evolution. It bridges the gap between fundamental biological process and practical application in medicine, agriculture, and other fields of science. The constant evaluation of the field and the potential especially such as personalized medicine and gene therapy, are particularly complementing. A closer look motivation, understanding the building block of life, improving the mystery diseases much today, especially pandemic example, COVID-19, driving scientific and technology advancement, personal communication, connection, and ethical consideration is interesting. Genetics today, agriculture, medicine, density, veterinary medicine, these will able to positive or negative benefits and risk in the long term. Yes, please question.
Okay, so my next question: how do you think AI will change the education system in the coming year?
Educator's technology, a patch, has become a ubiquitous term in modern education, representing a pivotal domain to shape the future of education. encompasses a broad spectrum of tool and platform design enhance the learning experience from learning management system LMS that facility contain delivery the assessment to interactive app a digital textbook and AI teach it transform the way educator teaching learner engage with the material. Education is shaped by trend in automated and robotized industry. AI and robotic collect data from students and their learning environments. Machines are uh, emulating human behavior effectively and automatically. Challenges arise in collaboration between human and machines, and among machines, AI regulation require a global approach and multi-transdisciplinary solution. AI is a dynamic and evolving phenomenon characterized by its instability across various contexts. Nonetheless, recent research is being provide valuable insight into common trend being implemented. This research highlight is six trend that will have implication for the socio-educational context and the short term, the dynamic nature of AI and robotic, the ability to capture information from multiple sources, AI's capability to solve complex tasks, collaboration between human and machine as well between machine, radical change and training model and new legal challenges. AI automatization and robotization are dynamic and constantly evaluating phenomena that have transformed many aspects of society and industry, including especially education. These changes necessitate structural shift in educational methodology. The next stage involves integrated devices that are capable of receiving and transforming informative from various contexts. In present both technological and ethical challenges necessitating comprehensive research on safety aspect and associated responsibility. Nevertheless, machines are beginning to coexist with people playing a role in medicine, education, and across various social and industrial sectors. These machines are increasingly emulating human behavior in personal dynamic cognitive process and emotional response, special emotional intelligence, response learning-based application which observation through highly efficient and in utilizing data. Trained education technology include the following tool: webinar, learning management system, interactive apps, augmented reality and virtual reality, a digital textbook, artificial intelligence provide personalized recommendation, access student performance, and after adaptive learning experience help make learn and more enjoying spot where student are struggling and take the routine task for teacher so speed more time to teaching. Big data analytic tools, video conference tools, collaboration tools, gamification platform, podcast simulation, call-based storage collaboration, personal learning experience enabled by technology, adaptive learning algorithm, tailored contain individual pacing, continuous assessment, enhanced enjoyment, VR and AR application in education, where control of robot AR maintains assistance a cool up-to-date, get a better grape, controlling moving in microgravity, as astronauts reach should not exceed their grape system, AI impact education today, chatbot and virtual teaching assistant, AI driving grading system, personalized learning, utilize big data and analytics, student performance teaching, curriculum optimization, early warning system, ensuring inclusive education, improving assistive tools, tailoring learning platform, promoting accessibility standards, teacher training and professional development, digital learning workshop, on learning module, collaboration network, future possibility in the emerging technology. The future of education technology is illuminated by the promise of emerging digital advancement. Blockchain for traditional verification, PageG provide real-time learning. The future of education is intricately intertwined with technology, offering unprecedented possibility for enriching and inclusive learning experience. Embracing this innovation is a brighter education landscape. Please question.
Okay, so Jelena, my last question: what message would you give to future educators?
My motivation for continuing humanitarian work stems from the core drive to save lives, elevate suffering, and restore dignity, finding the personal fulfillment and purpose in making a tangible difference, witnessing the hope in people's eyes, and having to strong moral, ethical calling, and feeling part of a larger mission to create a better world, even under side challenges condition. It's a blend of altruism, professional skills, and a profound sense on connection to humanity. Core my motivation, humanity, compassion, the fundamental desire to help others and reduce suffering, employing dignity in crisis, making a difference, moral, ethical improvement, a deep state with a moral duty, often stemming from witness injustice and disaster. Personal and professional drivers, sense of purpose, personal filament, challenges, raw modding work. What keep people going? Hope, providing hope to affected population and witnessing, reliance, fuel, preservance, community and connection, being part of dedicated community of workers and connecting with people from different cultures in the world. Realize driving strength from the very people the help was courage in adversity can be my inspiring. Thank you very much for question. Please question.
Okay, so Jelena, thank you so much, Jelena, for sharing insights and inspiring us today. It was truly an honor to have you on this show.
Please question.
No, my question was
Among
finished.
among the many global award you have received, which